Welcome back to No One Listens to Pat Meredith. I'm Owen.
I am Matt.
Today we are continuing the First Weeks of School series.
Yeah, man, this was a hard list because this is the best things about going back to school.
Yeah, if you haven't seen our worst parts of school, go check that out.
Stop here, go back, watch that, and get some fun out of that.
Yeah.
But we're going to talk about the best things, and these are things that I kind of put together because I'm old and been out of school for a while. Owen's in school because he's a teacher.
Yep.
So he's in it every day in that prison system. And so
I don't think it's a prison system.
No, it's not. So 10 things that I was thinking about going back to school. I will share with you the anxiety of in the middle of summer as a student and the first commercial you see about back to school shopping and clothes. That sent a shiver. Everything in me was like anxiety at that moment.
And I can add on to that when we would go to like Walmart or something and they had the school supplies out at the front. Like that's when you knew it was getting close.
Yeah.
I just wanted some Legos. But now we have to shop for pencils and paper.
That was not a thing when I was a kid.
School supplies?
No.
Really?
I mean, you got your own stuff, but like bringing stuff for the classroom? No.
Wasn't it required or you just didn't?
No, it wasn't required.
Wow.
Or maybe we were just too poor to notice.
Oh, wow.
But I do not remember buying Kleenex and hand sanitizer. First of all, hand sanitizer wasn't a thing.
Oh, yeah, we did have to buy Kleenexes when we were in elementary school. Dang, that unlocked that memory. Why were we doing that? Why didn't they do it?
I don't know.
That's actually crazy.
Buy your own markers. Anyways, we love you, teachers.
Yeah, we do. And
Every teacher's a hero. All right, so best of school. First one, I think when you go back to school, the weekends mean more.
Oh, yes. Because during the summer, every day is kind of a weekend.
Yeah.
But sometimes 2 days doesn't feel enough, especially when you're going to church on Sunday and you've got that whole day busy. It's like you only get really one day that's free, but I can't complain. I mean, it's
But man, waking up that Saturday when you want to sleep in, but you're so used to getting up early and it's 7 a.m. on a Saturday, you're mad, but you're like, you know what? I don't have to go anywhere.
Yeah. You just soak it in.
Made that weekend so much better.
Yeah, weekends are great. I still look forward to them.
Yeah. Walking into your class and seeing a friend in your class.
Yeah. And it's funny from the teacher perspective, that can sometimes be students.
Okay.
Like seeing a student that you like, but then it
wait, so you've walked in like there's a student in here that you may not prefer? But finding that when you walk in, you're like, oh man, because I'm so nervous that day. And you walk in, you're like, oh my gosh.
They're there.
Just the relief.
Yeah.
Like,
especially when you have classes with your best friends. Like me and my friend Noah, we had a lot of, we didn't get much classes together, but when we did, it was amazing.
What's a best friend?
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it.
All right. For some people, the extracurricular activities, the clubs, the yearbook people who take photographs, the people who play sports, that kind of stuff.
What were you involved in a lot of extracurriculars or?
I was a band guy.
Oh, okay.
So
what instrument did you play?
I started off playing the trumpet, and then I became a tuba player. But along the way, I learned. I kind of learned a little bit of most brass instruments.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Could you still play?
You know what? I have thought about if I got my hands on a tuba, if I could actually still play.
We're gonna find that out soon.
Because I don't know. I have literally not played one since 11th grade.
Wow. I guess it's like speaking a language. If you don't speak it for a long time, you kind of lose it. So I don't know. Maybe
I'm sure I could still play.
Right. It's also,
but I don't like reading music. All the sharps and flats. Like I don't.
Yeah.
Like that's gone.
Yeah. I did yearbook.
Did you?
I was on the yearbook staff for a couple of years. I think it was just 2 in middle school, and then of course track. So.
Yeah, I did as little as possible. Not gonna lie.
I did too.
Like
that's what.
This is not a prescription, but a description of my high school year. My senior year, right before graduation, I asked my school counselor if they could mail me my diploma.
And you didn't go?
I didn't want to.
Fair enough.
And Mr. Kern, I remember, he had some hairy knuckles, big hairy hands. But he was like, no, your parents are going to want to be there. And I'm like, I'd rather just go to dinner. But
I kind of relate. I didn't want to go to my high school graduation, but that's because I'd already been to a community college graduation that I was in.
Okay.
And like I did, my last 2 years of high school were community college.
Okay.
So I had gotten my degree. So I wasn't really at my high school that much. So
Yeah.
I really, I mean, the only people I still cared about were just my friends that, my circle or whatever.
Yeah.
But then, like, I really didn't want to be at that graduation.
I didn't go to prom. I never went to a dance. I never went to anything.
I went to my junior prom. Didn't go to my senior prom. Cause I
Yeah. If I wasn't playing in the band, I would not have gone to any game.
Really? No, the games were fun. I enjoyed going to the games.
No.
Especially when my brother started playing.
No.
I enjoyed the games.
Yeah.
But not the basketball games. This is something that's kind of an unpopular opinion, but I didn't much care for high school basketball games because I just felt like everybody was really crowded.
Yeah. I don't know.
But yeah,
Not my cup of tea.
we're talking about extracurricular.
You know what I did do in high school? Work.
Yeah.
I've been working since I was 14 years old.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
So, like, job. Go get jobs. Quit going to football games. All right. Speaking of that, number 4, going to games.
yeah.
Did you enjoy going?
I enjoyed going to games.
Like the home. Did you like the homecoming float and like the prom king and queen and like were you voting? You did all that?
Well, I was in one of our homecomings, but like, don't get it twisted. Like, I was not one of the.
Were you up for prom king?
No.
Okay.
And I don't even think I went that year. That I could have been, but I wasn't. I wasn't a part of a popular crowd, I would say. So like, there were certain aspects of like football games where I wasn't with like the cool people up front. I was just kind of, but I still had fun. It depended really on who was going to be there that I really cared about, and that would make it enjoyable or not. I didn't really appreciate the games until I was a little bit older.
Yeah.
So I mean, I had a good time. It was fun being in the student section, but like, I'm awkward. I was awkward. I was more awkward then than I am now.
Okay.
And also stiff. So like when we do the cheers that are like you're swaying back and forth with people, like I hated those.
You had
Also
bad
because,
rhythm?
well, I'm also super tall.
Oh.
So like everybody's kind of down here, like getting low and stuff, and I'm like still up here,
Yeah.
and I don't know, it's just kind of awkward.
Yeah. Just didn't
They're good parts, but also
okay. Going to games. Number 5. School supply shopping.
yeah. Also, did we touch on that the last episode?
We did, but some like my kids love it. Dana loves it.
Ugh, no, I don't like school.
Like she loves.
I like it when they're
school
on
supply
sales.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they get a kick out of it, like going and finding the stuff. And
No, because that just makes me think like it's school time again. I don't.
yeah. All right, we're just gonna skip over that one. Number 6, assemblies.
I liked assemblies because you got to get out of class.
Yes.
But and especially as a teacher, I like
Yeah.
assemblies too. But yeah, I usually liked assemblies pretty good.
Yeah. Do you remember any assemblies?
Yeah, I remember like I was a talkative one. There was actually one assembly that I had gotten in trouble during, but it wasn't my fault. It was because a kid had laughed and I was just there, and then the teacher thought it was me, so I had to move, and that was embarrassing. And that was the first day of school, like for, sophomore year, I think. But yeah, sometimes they were uncomfortable, especially sitting down for so long, depending on how long the assembly was going to be. But if it was like a Veterans Day program or a Christmas program or something, I enjoyed those assemblies.
Yeah. I remember one. I remember the DARE program where cops come in.
Oh yes,
Talk about.
they still do that.
Do they still do it?
Because
man.
our SRO just got like, I don't know, graduated from the
Okay.
DARE program or something.
They had trading cards like of different like,
Oh,
of cops or like their canine dogs or like.
that's
Yes.
interesting.
But here go their crazy stories
Yeah.
of like, don't do this drug, and they tell you something horrible, and you're like, I'm in 6th grade.
This is one thing I will say that I kind of question about the school systems, and I'm not saying ours, but we had to watch a video on drugs that you shouldn't do, right?
All of them kids.
yeah. Don't do any drugs. But we had to watch a video about a specific drug that was becoming more of an issue.
Okay.
And it was really interesting because the video showed how you could get it, what it looks like, all this other stuff. And I'm sitting there thinking like, I know what the purpose is, but this is just like we're seeing what this looks like
Yeah.
now. We're seeing the process of this.
Yeah.
Why would I feel like there are better ways to go about doing.
We had one in high school that stuck with me, kind of like that. It was a guy. His nickname was Mad Dog.
Oh yeah.
And he was like a drug runner, former drug runner who got his life right and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, dude, you're telling awesome stories that make me want to be a drug runner.
Yeah.
It's way better than sitting in this school right now. You're talking about making money, doing whatever you want to do. I was like,
yeah, don't do drugs, kids. Really don't.
yeah, no, drugs are bad.
But we're saying it while also smiling. But really, don't do drugs.
No, I think it's just funny. Like that's what I remember.
I do want to add, on a serious note, like I have seen drugs destroy some of the best people I know.
Yes.
Some of the brightest, nicest, smartest people have turned into just miserable, wasting money.
Yeah.
Like really, it's not worth it.
No, not at all.
But that's my
not at all. I'm going to bring this one back from last time also. School lunch. We talked about this.
That's a positive?
I'm going to give you my positive of school lunch. In high school, before the world changed, we could leave campus.
Oh, that's nice.
So at lunch, at lunch we could go to different stores or restaurants around or whatever, and we could drive home if we wanted to and go eat lunch and come back. So school lunch in high school was fantastic.
Yeah, that's nice.
It was great because once you had a car, you're gone.
Just go.
Yeah, and we didn't have to sit in a cafeteria.
Yeah,
I never ate in a cafeteria in high school.
Really?
No. Sit outside.
I liked the school lunch time because you got to hang around with friends, especially if you got to sit with them. So that was fun, and there were always usually some interesting things happening.
Yeah.
In the cafeteria, some can be shared, some can't.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I enjoyed the aspect of getting to hang out with people for a little bit. But
yeah.
The lunches were okay.
Easy classes.
Nice.
I had some easy classes. I had some hard classes.
Yeah.
But easy classes. Are you an easy teacher?
Am I an easy
or a
teacher?
Hard teacher?
I would probably say it depends.
Okay.
I think some students would say I'm a hard teacher, but I don't think they realize that I'm not.
Okay.
And they'll realize if they haven't that I'm pretty laid back.
Yeah.
Especially for right now.
Yeah.
But the older I get, probably the stricter I'll be.
All right.
So
cool teachers.
Cool teachers.
Man, just those cool teachers. You're like, I want to be that guy.
Yeah. Cool teachers are nice.
One of the coolest guys that I had was the dean at our high school, though.
Oh yeah,
which is like the disciplinarian guy, and his name was Mr. Colhane. And I knew him because he lived across the street from my grandparents for a long time. So when I got there, he was super cool because I'd go sit in his office and hang out and talk, and he'd always write me notes for being late to class. It was awesome. He was the coolest guy, Mr. Colhane.
That's hilarious.
Every time I saw him, we'd go back and visit and be like, how's your grandma and grandpa doing? Just the greatest guy.
Yeah, cool teachers make the day better.
Yes.
But they're probably not teaching that much, but they're still cool,
He wasn't cool to anyone else. Everyone else hated him, but I love the guy.
Oh, well.
Yeah, he was fantastic.
Yeah, I will say this. There are definitely some teachers that are cool and definitely some teachers that aren't cool. And that dynamic behind the scenes is also pretty interesting because they know who's the cool.
Is there a hierarchy of teachers? They know who's cool and not cool in school?
Yeah.
Really?
You know.
Oh, man.
Even if you're not in the grade level, because you'll hear it from students.
Yeah.
It honestly, the hierarchy is kind of built by who students tend to gravitate more.
I thought teachers lived at school until I was 7th grade.
Yeah, I mean teachers make mistakes, and teachers, there's there's good things and there's bad things, just like everything else.
Yeah.
And they have lives apart from work.
Do you remember the first time you ever saw a teacher outside of school?
Yeah, like shopping.
Is it the weirdest
it's
thing?
So strange. It's really awkward for me because I don't know what to say. I think it's weirder when you see another student outside of school at the time. Now, once you get to high school, that's okay.
Yeah.
But when I was in elementary school and I'd see kids that I went to school with, it was so weird. I've always felt.
Well, especially all the jerk guys at school, and you see them outside, and they're not mean to you,
and they're just holding their mommy's hand through the store, Big Jeffrey is just over here.
Big Jeffrey. All right, to end our list, this is something that, man, as a student, it made my day.
Let's hear it.
Early release days.
Oh yes, yes. Still.
That's
Put up 2 hour delays too.
just oh man. Now, you guys here, like we're here, snow, ice, things like that. We had fog.
And that got you out of school?
Yeah. Fog so thick you can't see the house across the street.
I can see that. Yeah.
So like buses couldn't run or anything like that. That was the beauty of growing up in a valley. But early
dismissals and days off, unexpected. When you woke up and there was snow outside.
I don't know what that's about, but
Because you were in California.
Yeah.
Oh man. East, southeast,
just
north, I guess.
that feeling. Oh, it's so good.
Yes.
Of knowing
so nice.
I didn't do my homework
Yeah.
and I'm still not going to do
Especially
it.
if you don't like your last period and that's the one you're missing.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Early dismissals are great.
So good.
Still to this day. We love
Yeah.
them.
I'm gonna can I add one more?
Sure, let's hear it.
Dude, just watching a movie in class.
Oh yeah. We're actually not really supposed to allowed to do that anymore.
Okay.
But I did a couple
Bunch
of
of
years
losers you guys are.
ago. Well, yeah. It's true. I mean, actually, I think we can. It just depends on the occasion. The last days of school were always the best when we were.
Anything after testing should. You're gonna get fired.
This is my rant because.
You're gonna have to look for a job.
After TK, no. I'm saying what every teacher's thinking. I know it because they've also said it. So
You know what every other teacher is thinking also?
yeah, if they take me down, I'm taking everybody down with it.
Every teacher is thinking if you don't use your bad weather days, you should be able to cut them off the end of the school year.
Yes. I think they would think that.
Yeah, it makes sense
It
to me.
makes sense to me.
Yeah,
instead, you know what they use them for now? PD days. So we
Where's
have to
PD?
go in while the students don't go.
Oh.
Personal development days.
Stop.
So all the snow days we don't use because
Yeah.
we don't get that much snow in Tennessee becomes our personal.
Everyone send a
development
letter
days.
to Glenn Jacobs. He's the mayor of Knox County. Just say, hey, here's some ideas we have for you.
Yeah. No, I love the school
I
system.
don't know if he can do anything.
No, probably not.
School board?
Yeah, but listen, I love the school system. I've enjoyed working with it. There's a lot of fun.
I'm glad you love it.
I don't really have any. I mean, I have those complaints, but like at the end of the day, I love what I do. I love getting to hang out anyway.
My kids, overall, I would say have had a good experience in the school system.
And in the last days, yes, they're busy work, but like it's a good time to connect. It's a good time to just chill, even though you're doing random stuff.
Well, thank you for sharing your insight with us again.
Yeah.
And again, if you haven't watched our Bad Things Going Back to School, go back and watch that. And we got some great stuff coming up.
Yep.
And
His hair will not look like that very soon.
No, we're getting the haircut ASAP.
Super
Getting
excited.
that taken care of. So, until next time.
Wait, I think I had something to say. Oh, Matt.
Oh my goodness.
We have to do 2 because we didn't do one for the
It's
other
been
one.
so long. Is it my turn or your turn?
It's your turn, and then we'll do 2 because
You too. Okay.
because it's an educational video, and so
It is educational. We want to make sure everyone's getting their money's worth. All right. Oh, the moon has moonquakes.
interesting. I
Yeah.
didn't think that was possible since it
They
didn't.
happen due to tidal stresses connected to the distance between the moon and the Earth.
Okay. Interesting.
I didn't know that. I figured tectonic plates would have to play a role in
Yeah,
that.
and
You know what?
yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's different from our earthly
Yeah.
earthquakes.
Hey, Neil deGrasse Tyson, give us a call. Let us know if we're right or not.
Yeah, and then this one says a jiffy is an actual unit of time. It's 1/100th of a second. I think I've said that. I'll be there in a jiffy.
Yeah.
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 Okay, cool. Well, I didn't know it was a legit thing.
Well, now you're a liar because you can't do it that fast.
Oh, I can do it in a jiffy.
1/100. Tell your friends, subscribe, and until next time, we love you. Peace out.
Peace out.